dann kommen wir zum Finale der Etappe. Die Teamvorstellungen beginnen mit Great Britain. Team presentation starting with Great Britain. Number 4, Tom Harvey. Number 5, Simon Brown. Number 7, Terry Bywater. Number 10, Akiyama. Number 11, Phil Pratt. Number 12, Greg Warburton. 14, Lee Manning. 16, Jim Palmer. 18, Henry Kavanagh. 20, Louis Edwards. 21, Oscar Knight. 33, Ben Fox. Coach is George Bates. Assistant coach, Daniel Johnson. Das deutsche Team stellt in folgender Aufstellung Nummer 6, Matthias Güttner. Nummer 8, Tobias Hell. Die 9, Lukas Glossner. Die 11,
Okay, we are here at the Cologne Nations Cup. Dylan comes here alongside Paul for this final.
Yes, hello Dylan, happy to join you today.
And Paul, obviously you called this game yesterday in German. It was quite a heavy win for GB in that game.
Yeah, that was dominant, showed what they were made of, and still I felt like they only went about 80%, so there is still stuff left in the tank for them, and I think we're going to see that today in preparation for the upcoming World Cup.
Yes, of course, both these teams prepping for the upcoming World Championships in Ottawa. And GB with a big win against Germany yesterday. Both teams running similar lineups here today. Both teams running 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 5 lineups. So as you see here for GB, it's Abdi Jama, Phil Pratt, Greg Warburton, Lee Manning and Oscar Knight. And for Germany it's Glosner, Boomer, Halowski, Buddha and Dreimeler.
Yeah, obviously, speaking of wins for GB, the women's final just occurred. Dylan, you called that one.
Yeah.
Would you call that an upset win?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, the Dutch have been so dominant for years to come. But I mean, it's good. You know, these tournaments are good for teams to like make the final preps before major tournaments. So.
Yeah, obviously, and I think great boost of confidence also for Team GB before the World Cup kicks off for them as well. But now let's shift the focus to the final over here. Germany with 2 wins in the group stage, GB with 3 obviously. Earlier on we saw Spain and Canada playing their match for 3rd place, with the better end for Spain. They're fairly dominant as well.
Yeah.
And now we'll see who the winner of the men's division will be this year.
So just to recap, GB beat Germany 87-48 yesterday in the group. Ben Fox, who's been averaging 22 a game, had 23 points in that one, shot 69% from the field in just 24 minutes. A big game for Greg Warburton as well, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And Phil Pratt with 11 points, 13 assists. Again, shooting 56% from the field. And Abdi Jama, a quick 10 minutes for him, but he shot 71%, adding a quick 10 points. And GB, their biggest run was in the 3rd quarter, outscoring Germany 27-10. And then for the Germans, leading the way for them in this tournament has been Tommy Boomer, averaging 13 points, 6 assists. He was just limited to just 2 points in yesterday's game. Alex Halowski's been averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds. He only had 9 points in yesterday's game. And Nico Dreimeler averaging 9 points and 6 assists in this tournament.
I think when you talk about it, you have to give a quick shout out to Abdi Jama. He's been phenomenal this tournament, I think, for 1 point play, and the appearances he's had so far fairly deserved his spot in the starting 5, I think, today.
Yeah, and you can make an argument that Abdi Jama arguably is the greatest men's 1 point player of all time. That's certainly an argument to be made. Jama is, of course, now the oldest player within the GB team, within the 12. So great to see him still performing at this high level.
Big 100%, and excited to see what he has in store for us today. Obviously Ben Fox on the bench today, but yeah, he's been massive this tournament as well.
Yeah, Ben Fox been averaging 22 a game. And interesting that they start Jama in this lineup. They've usually been starting Palmer in the starting lineup over Jama, but Jama starts today. And no changes to Germany's starting 5.
Yeah, 100%. Looking good as well, obviously, with Glosner, Böhme and Halowski. Budde, a man who can match Lee Manning physically. Obviously, there's I don't think there's anyone in wheelchair basketball that's the same reach as GB's number 14, but Budde is forced to be reckoned with himself. We see Lisa Bergenthal and Lilly Zelak here, the 2 German internationals who already played their match today. But looking at this, I think both teams not wanting to leave anything out there today.
GB in the dark blue, Germany in the white. Manning and Budde get set to tip. And the tip is won by GB. Ball falls into the hands of Pratt. He's been averaging 12 points, 13 assists in this tournament. Warburton on the baseline. This time it rattles out. And it's going to be loud here, Paul, with the German drums.
Yeah, once the drums get going, you know, the atmosphere is coming as well. We had some technical difficulties here to start. The city did not enable the water for today, so we had no fans for the first game, but now they are back and in full force, wanting to cheer on the German squad. Some GB internationals travel with them, but it's obviously mostly Germany in Cologne.
Yeah, of course, not far for the German fans to travel. Foul goes against Manning. Not the easiest to see these calls on the screen, is it, Paul?
Sorry, I could not hear you what you're saying. The drums are so loud in our ears.
And Halowski gets it to go for Germany. I'm saying it's not the easiest to see the hand signals from the referees.
Yeah, that's true. But the first call went against Manning. Offensive foul, and now Gemma with his first try.
And just like yesterday, Gemma left wide open and makes his first shot of the game. Not sure why Germany left him open after his hot period yesterday.
I think shooters from distance are one of the weaknesses of this Germany side. We saw that in the first thriller overtime win against Spain, but Marcon Rubia gave them a lot of trouble and forced an overtime with a great fourth quarter, and do not want to leave people like that open.
Pratt finds Knight. Knight holds on to it. Back out to Pratt. Jammer finding Warburton. Jammer over to Knight. Knight fading away. Bang! And GB, they've just got so much options. Lots of rotation in the midpoint range as well.
Yeah, and you can see Germany respecting Gemma there already. Budde closing out. That creates a space on the other side for the open mid-range.
Here is Halowski, Dreimler, Boomer. Boomer takes his time and back. Lots of time and space there for Boomer. Warburton just gets to him a little bit too late.
Yeah, well played as well over there. Traded a lot of space on the right, and then Boomer never going to say no to that one.
Pratt finding Jammer. Jammer once again is fouled. Two shots to come. Jammer, the five-time Paralympian, made his GB senior debut at the 2007 Euros in Wetzlar. And makes one of two. GB up by one.
Drums always sound like a gunshot when free throws are taken.
Here's Dreimler. Boomer. Halowski puts it up and drains it. Halowski averaging 13 a game.
Yeah, looking good Germany early on. Halowski obviously the veteran, 39 years old, 8-time German champion, 50 years of experience. Also was not born yesterday, and yeah, great to see him still going strong for Germany.
And Jammer lets that one fly. His second made shot of the game. GB by one. Yeah, as you were saying, Paul, you know, the likes of Manning and Halowski, two of the best 4.5s in the world. As Halowski cuts the basket, lovely play from Germany.
Yeah, there he is again, obviously, to the big excitement of the crowd. I don't know if it quite translates over on the live stream, but it is so loud in here. German fans really turning up today.
That finding Knight. Knight swarm, but gets the finish to go. Great composure from the young man Knight. Here is Boomer. Boomer averaging 13 a game. Boomer.
Doing justice to the number on his jersey and scoring here again. Children's book author outside of the game. Just published his second book about a young boy and encouraging stories.
As Pratt lines up a three, it goes, he gets the shooter's roll. As Pratt, he almost just placed that on the rim.
Yeah, ball nearly left on the rim there. Fell asleep. Halowski with his from distance.
That doesn't quite go. I thought we were going to have a shootout there for the second ball.
Yeah, 2 heat checks. Doesn't fall for Halowski.
Warburton. Jammer once again. This time it rattles out.
Top of the key seems to be his spot so far. Finding a rhythm. 5 points for him already.
Dreimler over to Boomer. Good at the top. It's just too long there. Gets his own rebounds. Here's Halowski. Working against Pratt. Dreimler. Bang!
Nice pump fake there to get by and composure with the finish. Dreimler just made the switch over to Italy. He'll continue playing. 28-year-old says he wanted to get some international experience before fully focusing on his job.
And the foul is going to go against Boomer. Nice show of respect between Warburton and Boomer. Yeah, Dreimler heading over to Porto Torres next season. He'll play alongside, in fact, 3 GB players: Phil Pratt, Lewis Edwards, and Henley Cavana. And we're tied at 12 apiece. More than halfway through the first.
Exciting 5 minutes so far. I think nothing to separate them. GB as and this one here, but they've been, I think their defense has been what really set them apart this tournament throughout all 3 games, and then strong offense. That's a good combination.
The 3 from Pratt was just off the mark. Here comes Dreimler. Over to Halowski. Finding Hell back out to Dreimler. Boomer, Dreimler. And good pressure, good defensive pressure from Warburton. And Manning heaves it tonight, but Knight loses control. Slightly rushed offense there.
That was the defensive pressure I was talking about. Warburton wide awake, and Knight can't get that under control.
Boomer to Halowski. Off the mark. These rims here in Cologne, Paul, very unforgiving.
Unforgiving, yes. Just the 1 3-pointer for Pratt early on. That one used all of its mercy, and we'll see if they are friendly today, but normally they do not forgive small misses.
Pratt fading away, it's short. And here come Germany. Boomer. Swings to Halowski. Inside Hell. Guarded by Knight. Hell gets the finish.
Oh, that's a tough finish.
Fantastic finish from Hell.
Great job by Tobias Hell over Oscar Knight at the composure, and then the reverse layup is good. Germany up now for the first time today.
Germany by 2. Warburton. Using Manning as the screen. Warburton off the glass. Lee Manning has to be the biggest screen of all time.
Yeah, that is not someone you want to face up against when he's on your back, and Warburton obviously knows how to use that one.
Halowski takes his time, and it's just off the mark. Knight with the rebound. Tied 14 all. 2 minutes to go in the first. Pratt, Jammer. Back to Pratt. Knight. Fading away. Bang! For Oscar Knight. And both teams putting away very tough shots.
Yeah, both teams not shy of a tough finish. GB now up by 2, but if it continues on like this, I think we're in for an exciting one today.
Halowski to Boomer.
Foul against Warburton, I think. Germany with the sub, Halowski off the field and Güntner making his way in. GB also with 2 fresh set of players.
Yeah, Palmer and Fox coming in. Both teams on 2 team fouls. Boomer to Buddha and Pratt collects. GB by 2. Fox with the mismatch. Back to Pratt. And Fox inside. Lovely pick and roll between Pratt and Fox. Played together for many years, both at international and club level.
A great composure there as well. Shot clock running out, but still pump fake and then using the screen.
Boomer a 3. Bang!
No, that was off the mark, I think. It looked like it was going in.
Yeah, sorry. On screen, it looked like it went in.
I know that was just off, but I get the confusion.
Pratt, mismatch, bang.
GB, great finish to this first quarter, running away a little. 6 point the gap now.
It's a much better start for the Germans compared to yesterday, though. As Boomer heaves. Was there a foul called there?
No, that's the end of the first quarter.
No foul.
No, finishes 20-14 in favor of GB. But yeah, as you said, way better start for Germany than their game yesterday against GB. Oh, there was a foul actually, you saw that correctly. Boomer will get 3 free throws.
3 to come for Boomer.
That is not what GB do want to see, with a last second heave and then getting a foul anyway.
So at the end of the first, it's a...
There's 1 second on the clock.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 1 second.
And now we're done.
Now we're done, yeah. At the end of the first, it's GB the lead by 4, 20-16.
Now those last 2 points, I think, will really, really annoy them. Such a great finish, and then just miss out on that. But yeah, looking at the efficiency, GB over 70% for 2. That's outrageous.
Yeah, 8 of 11 from 2. Germany at 53%, 7 of 13.
Otherwise, very even across the board.
Yeah, not too many turnovers. Fairly even on assists. And here we see the top scorers leading the way for their respective sides. Boomer and Knight both with 6. Oh, sorry, Boomer and Halowski tied with 6 for Germany. And Jama with 5 for GB.
I think interesting first quarter. Both teams not shy offensively and looking strong defensively as well.
Yeah, Warburton yet to get going, just 2 points to his name so far. And Paul, if you'd like to do a little recap in German for the German viewers.
Yes, of course. Machen wir das ganz schnell. Erstes Viertel. Habt ihr ja gesehen. Guter Start für die deutsche Nationalmannschaft. Vor allem dann auch das Ende, wo man Großbritannien mit den 2 Freiwürfen nochmal nerven konnte. Mit 4 hinten dran. Aber da ist noch alles drin. Die Halle ist ausverkauft. Die Stimmung ist gut. Und wir freuen uns auf die nächsten 30 Minuten. Die letzten 30 Minuten beim Nations Cup Cologne 2026. Dreimüller mit dem Inbound. Damit wechseln wir wieder zurück zu English. Back to English now. And over to you, Dylan. Take it away.
And we are about to get underway. Second quarter action. GB lead by 4 against Germany. Boomer. Dreimüller firing. And Manning with the rebound. GB switch out Jammer and Knight for Hammer and Fox.
And Lammering in as well for Germany. The older brother Julian will play together with his other brother Maximilian at Landil next season.
Yeah, and Maxi, he top scored for Germany in yesterday's game, 11 points. He was the only German player in double figures.
Yeah, he had a decent showing, but plans to establish himself long term in the national team, and I think is well on his way. Great talent, Maxi Lammering, and promising for the future of German wheelchair basketball.
Fox, bang. And Fox has had a great tournament, averaging 22 a game. Joint top scorer with Warburton in yesterday's game. And shot 69% from the field in just 24 minutes. As Lammering's fouled. Foul goes against Pratt.
Much to the pleasure of Bodo Halowski. Halowski this entire tournament has been in great spirits, always cheering, always giving advice and leading on and off the fields.
Lammering at the line, under 23 world champion last year with Germany.
Dropped 36 points in the final against Turkey, so he knows how to deal with pressure.
And I believe he was the leading scorer in that tournament as well.
Yes, he was. Played there together with his brother as well. Maxi Lammering dropping 22-14, so they both the main reason for them to take the win against Turkey there.
Long pass up the floor from Guntner, finding Lammering. Lammering fouled by Fox and Ward.
And one, yeah, I think silly foul from Fox there. Should have let this one go.
First on Fox, second team foul. And Manning takes the break. Manning and Palmer, sorry. So Knight and Simon Brown come in. Simon Brown's first appearance in this game. Four-point game. 8.5 to go in the half. Fox takes his time and it rattles out.
The unforgiving rim you've talked about.
DB working on the press. Dreimüller, Boomer. Finding Guntner, Guntner the mismatch. Bang! For Guntner.
Another tough finish on the baseline fadeaway, using the mismatch with a shot clock running out and get back down to 2.
Yeah, great job there from Guntner to hunt down the mismatch. Warburton to Pratt. Foul is on Guntner. That's Germany's first team foul.
This is shaping up like a great final so far. Germany keeping up with GB, but we'll have to see if that lasts. Obviously costs a lot of energy. It's going to be tough going into the second half, but so far a great job by them. Böhme getting his first break.
Yeah, in comes Maxi Lammering. Bit of a confusing sub given the nature of the close game. I'll be honest with you, Paul.
Taking off experience, but see how it pays out for Haller. First off, baseline is good for Pratt.
Yeah. Pratt hunts down that shot from the baseline, GB by 4. Foul is going to go against Simon Brown. First personal, third team foul for GB. Here's Maxi Lammering. Working his way through. Holds it strong. Under heavy pressure. Questionable shot selection there from Germany.
Yeah, well worked to get inside there, but then has 4 men on him. I think pass would have been the better option there.
Pratt swings to Warburton. Warburton inside tonight. Lovely play.
Yeah, very well done. GB now opening the gap a little. Germany need to watch out to not let this game slip away here.
Yeah, I was convinced Warburton was just going to catch and shoot there, but I think he faked himself and found Knight inside just at the last second. So great vision there from Warburton.
Yeah, 100%. Great job, I think. Good time for a timeout as well. Just a little, and Jan Haller.
And it's great to see Jan Haller, legend of the game, former German player, give back to this side. You know, it's always good to have a coach that's been there and done it, especially with a lot of these players.
Yeah, so much international experience, over 300 games on his belt as well. Took the job last year, and I think he's doing a good job so far. Excited to see what he has in store for us when he collects more experience and gets to know this even better. But yeah, great appointment for Germany.
And of course, if we look ahead to the World Championships, Germany, they have a massive opening game against Iran, likely to be the game that will decide the group.
Yeah, they will be looking to win this one, and for GB, obviously not that easy of a path as well, but I do think both teams have a shot at leaving their mark in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I think GB have a very tough group with Turkey and Australia. Meanwhile, let's get back to this game. GB by 6. Dreimüller. And Günther gets to go, the big man, just inside the paint.
Günther has been hot so far. Great shots back to back for him now. Need to keep this up, but great answer to this little run GB has been on.
And here's Warburton catch and shoot. It's off the mark that time. And GB trying to keep the Germans in the backcourt, aggressive on defense. Günther holds it strong. Warburton tilts. Not enough to stop.
Günther is on fire right now.
Yeah.
Man on a mission, using the mismatch as well.
And Warburton lucky to not get called for a foul there.
That was close. 2-point game again.
Pratt using Brown as the screen inside. Warburton back out to Fox. Fox pump fake, bang. And very smooth offense from GB.
100%. Great work there.
And they're ramping up the pressure on defense. Dreimüller. Lammering. Lammering using his brother as the screen. But it's no good. Rebound Knight. Knight to Pratt. 4-point game. Pratt, I don't think Fox was expecting that. Lammering comes away with it. hammering. Dreimüller, back.
Well worked there once again to find the space on the right side. And Dreimüller never going to say no to that one.
Dreimüller, such an unbelievable shooter. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he is as a shooter. Knight inside, lovely work there between Pratt and Knight.
I think this is exactly what we were hoping for, Dylan, for a final back and forth affair.
Yes,
not
definitely.
much to separate them. Just great game of wheelchair basketball.
Günther that overshoots that one, was looking for the foul, didn't get it. Fox up to Pratt. Pratt, Warburton, Knight. Lovely work, and Knight draws the foul. Again, another great find from Warburton over to Knight. And one thing that often gets overlooked about Greg Warburton is his ability to facilitate. He had 8 assists in yesterday's game. He does the majority of the ball handling for Ilunion, his club. And Knight goes to the line.
Yeah, and Warburton also such a menace on defense, always so quick to get into passing lanes, get a hand up, and be there for his team. So, yeah, can't be understated how important he is.
And Knight makes it a 5-point game. GB making Germany work to try and break the press. Dreimüller met by Brown. Tough shot. And it's no good. Solid defense there from Cy Brown.
Also well done by Phil Pratt. Lamberich was looking for the roll there, but well covered.
Pratt fading, firing, and one.
Yeah, GB just always seems to have an answer ready for anything Germany throws their way. Even when they get 2 tough finishes in a row, they always bounce back quickly, and now game back up to 7. Before we move on, another quick timeout.
Timeout called. GB lead 33-26.
Not many fouls on both sides this entire game so far. Both on 3 for this quarter. Need to watch out.
3 team fouls each. Previous German foul was on Dreimüller. Phil Pratt, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists in just 17 minutes. Leading the way for GB in assists, averaging 13 a game in this tournament.
That one scared me as well. I was not expecting that.
Knight once again delivering from the outside. Knight's been very efficient in this game.
And 9 points the gap now. Germany needs to be careful going into halftime. That's what I was talking about. They need to keep up this intensity both on offense and defense. That costs a lot of power. Haluski now back in the game.
Yeah, the pass is intercepted by Warburton. Warburton wide open, and Lammering just a second too late getting to Warburton. This is where the likes of Boomer would be crucial on the floor.
I was just about to say this was what you were talking about when Lammering came in for Böhme. We just saw him on the bench, and GB up 11 now. Those are going to be tough 2 minutes for Germany. Maybe get some momentum back going into halftime.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 baskets in a row, and then everything to play for. But the way things are going, GB are looking strong to win this one.
Again, just want to clarify, that's not at all meant disrespectfully to Lammering. He's a great young player. I just thought the sub was confusing, especially when it was a 2-point game when the sub was made.
Yeah, I think experience is one of the main factors here, and then intensity on defense as well.
GB up by 11, just over 2 minutes to go in the half. Right now they're winning this quarter 15-10.
70-10 even.
Always annoying when the live stats update right after you've said it.
Yeah, I know that. That's for sure.
And here's Halowski. Lammering remains on the floor. Boomer still resting. Great offensive rebound from Dreimler. And Lammering gets the put back.
Good composure with the pump fake there.
Good to see Halowski back on the floor for Germany. Pratt lines it up. And again, it's too hard off the glass. These backboards and rims very unforgiving.
Yes, they are showing no mercy so far, and you just saw those 2 jumps we were talking about earlier, but Dreimler with him, and Germany double substitution. Böhme coming back in, and also Alex Kaiser, of course, as a man from Cologne myself, always happy to see Kaiser get some minutes, as well as Thomas Reier.
Yeah, Kaiser, a very strong 2-point player.
And I think, talking about Thomas Reier, he's in a tough spot in this national team. The 4.5-point player with the likes of Haluski and Bode ahead of him. But the few minutes he's had under Jan Haller so far, I think he's shown what he is capable of.
And Knight, great work inside, and he's immediately found by Pratt.
Great game at him so far, 13 points, 2 rebounds.
Boomer finding Halowski, lovely play, and Halowski's fouled. Foul is on Fox, second personal.
Foul trouble for GB in those last 30 seconds now.
And just 6 points for Halowski in this game so far, chance for 8. And Halowski, he's been on this German national team since 2015. He's a 3-time Paralympian and one of the best 4.5s in the game right now.
Went undefeated the entire German season, just lost the Champions League final in Madrid, which annoyed him very much, but still a season to be proud of, even for a man with as much experience as him.
Warburton fires off the mark. Knight, Pratt, and Fox. Knight outside, and Knight continues to deliver. Knight now 7 of 7 from the field, 15 points.
Brutally efficient, he is. Great game so far, and single-handedly responsible for the gap GB have created in those last few minutes. Otherwise, I think this was a decent showing from Germany in this first half, but just those last 5 minutes lost them a little bit of momentum. Before we go into halftime, just another quick summary. In German, we'll do the stats. 21:13 in der zweiten Viertelsache, 18:28 für Großbritannien, 64% für 2, Deutschland mit 50% auch gut dabei. Aber eben nicht gut genug, da muss noch ein bisschen mehr kommen, wenn Deutschland da nochmal angreifen möchte. Otherwise, Dylan, any words going into halftime from you?
Yeah, as we see the top scorers, Knight with 15 points, 7 of 7 from the field. He's the only player in this game in double figures. Pratt with 9, Warburton with 6, Haluski with 7, and Guttner and Boomer with 6. So Germany need to get firing on all cylinders if they want to come back from this. And steady play from GB throughout.
Yeah, going to be a tough ask because GB have shown that they are able to defend the lead, and Germany need to watch out to not get stunned here going into the second half. 13.5 minutes left to adjust for Jan Haller and his team. Take a short break, Dylan, and then see you for the second half.
See you soon. Okay. All good. We are about to get back underway. Second half action in this men's Nations Cup final between Great Britain and Germany. It's GB that lead 41-29. A 12-point lead for Great Britain. And Oscar Knight is the only player in the game in double figures. 7 of 7 from the field for the young man Knight.
Yeah, a great performance by him so far. And great job by GB all around to keep Germany at a distance, especially in those last few minutes of the first half. They need to keep this up, and Germany need to step up their game should they want to win first place in the Nations Cup Cologne 2026.
Pratt lines up a 3, fakes it, met by Dreimler, and he has to heave to Jama. Edwards, Pratt, pump fake, and it's off the mark. Germany revert back to their starting 5. Edwards into the game for the first time for GB. Boomer draws the foul against Edwards.
It's a brilliant pass by Dreimler to find Böhmer on the drive, and he's rewarded with 2 free throws.
And GB running a 4 big lineup. 1-3-3, 3-5, 3-5. Huge lineup here for GB. Boomer at the line. Edwards picks up an early foul. Boomer gets his 7th point of the game. Pratt lines it up off the glass, and it rattles in. It's going to be a foul on Pratt. Second team foul for GB. Dreimler at the top, and it will not go.
Yeah, a great start by both teams. Not much scoring wise, but I think stepping up their defensive efforts a little. Haluski obviously back on the field after a short break. Glosner as well. Bode, Dreimler and Böhme complete Germany's lineup. Have to put it up now.
And Knight, his first miss of the game. Dreimler, Boomer, Halowski puts it up. It goes off the back iron.
Great ball movement to create the shot for Halowski there, but just off the mark.
And a few shots on both sides off the mark in this game, Paul.
Yeah, slow scoring in those first few minutes of the third quarter to round out the Nations Cup Cologne this year. Jammer now, his attempt from top of the key is good. And it's a little scoring drought and lead back up to 15. Do you see a way back into this one for Germany? And if so, how, Dylan?
Yeah, I think they need to start getting Boomer and Halowski open from 3. But again, that's easier said than done. Dreimler has also got great range. But right now they just look very flustered. Halowski, it's just the Dreimler at the top, and it rattles out. Again, not quite sure why Germany didn't jump Jama on that last GB play.
Yeah, they left him open up there. Same spot where he has scored quite a few from this tournament and today as well. This spot top of the key. Fox now with it. His attempt is good as well. 17 points to lead. And yeah, as you said, Germany maybe need to start taking some shots from outside the arc.
Yeah, and that was a lovely high arcing shot from Fox. Solid screen there from Edwards. I'd like to see Edwards try and cut to the basket the best he can. And again, a nice show of respect between these two sides as Dreimel has helped back up. As you mentioned earlier, Germany in a World's pool with Iran, Morocco and Canada. Their opening game against Iran is likely going to be the game for the group. And GB in a very tough pool with Turkey, Australia and Argentina.
And while we have a minute and talking about the GB national team, I just saw Jack Long rolling in a few minutes ago, obviously playing for Köln 99ers himself. What do you think about his chances of maybe joining the GB senior squad one day?
Yeah, Jack Long, I mean, he's a phenomenal shooter. He'll move over to Valladolid next season, and he's not in the final 18, but I think he did make the final 20, I believe. So he's definitely one for the future, and he's still one of the bright spots on the under-23 team.
Yeah, his season that he had in Cologne, very well received here, great performances. Will that one count? I don't think so. But very excited to see what he has in store for us in those years to come.
It will remain Germany possession. 14 on the shot clock. Driving, finds Dreimel. Halowski. Boomer just swarmed. Can't get that one to go.
Has to attempt the hook shot there. Time running out. Great defensive effort once again by GB, which, as we've said earlier already, I think decisive factor in all 4 games they've played so far.
And Pratt fading away from the baseline. It's short. Halowski pump fake, again too hard off the glass.
The problem we see in both the men's and the women's team for Germany so far, just lack of efficiency, getting to their spots, getting good looks at the basket, at the rim, but overall just missing too many chances to keep up with those world-class opponents as GB extend the lead to 19.
Yeah, GB very much pulling away with us now. They're winning this quarter 8-1.
Just 1 point by Halowski from the line. That is not good enough. Jan Haller does not look happy from over here, Dylan.
Yeah, it's obviously not been the best showing from Germany against GB in both times they've played GB in this tournament. But, you know, still a few weeks away from the Worlds. Still plenty of time to go back to the drawing board and recalibrate and tweak stuff. But as far as I'm aware, the German team was telling me they've mainly been having preparation within Germany. I think they had a test game against France. And then obviously they've had this. I think they went to the Netherlands once, played a test game there. So
yeah, that's why this Nations Cup is so popular in those nations participating. To just have those few days of experience to test once again on the highest level, try stuff out, and get a feel for their opponents. As you can see, the GB women's team in the background there, enjoying their well-deserved victory meal after their win over the Netherlands earlier today.
Dreimel over to Boomer. Sets himself up back. And maybe that is what Germany will need for the remainder of this game. But the clock is working against the Germans right now. And Fox lines it up. solid pressure there from Fox. Boomer once again. Swings to Dreimler. Günther, the mismatch. Again, it's up to the mark.
And not as efficient as in those first 2 quarters. Böhme so far. Günther, sorry. Has had a hot hand so far, but now slowing down a little.
And Pratt fading from the elbow. Pratt just so smooth with that fadeaway. Always a pass first player, but we've seen Pratt have some high scoring games in this tournament.
And pass first is a good point. 11 assists for him, and now for 3.
Yeah, Boomer drains a 3. Still time for Germany to pull this back. But they need everything to go. Pratt, Fox inside and 1. And Fox just so smooth with how he draws that foul. Costly foul there from Günther.
Yeah, very expensive. And GB hype again, not only for those 2 points, but also for morale. You know, you just had this 3-point play by Böhme on the other side, and then to give it away just a few seconds later is tough for morale.
And Fox clinical.
Just like that, lead back up to 19. Like it never even happened.
Nice step to Dreimler. Excellent pick and roll. Good there from Günther to get that angle. Nice soft pass down to the low point of Dreimler.
Yeah, well done to find Dreimler. You mentioned his shooting.
And Knight gets his own rebound. Again, tilts. It won't go. Foul is going to go against Edwards.
Second one, I think, yep.
His second personal, 4th team foul for GB.
Yeah, need to be careful in those last 3 minutes. Just 1 foul by Germany, maybe not enough. That one on GB was for the N1. Günther.
Rebound from Edwards. And Edwards, not known as a shooter, but brings phenomenal pace for this GB side.
And no slowing them down so far.
Edwards is looking for the foul, didn't get it.
Edwards still waiting for his first points of the day.
And the shot is short for Hell.
Had some time and then good close out by Gemma.
Germany just looking very tired right now, to be honest, Paul.
Yeah, this is what I mentioned in those first 2 quarters. They started very well, but that cost so much energy, especially against this active GB side. And this is paying off now and showing maybe time to bring on some fresh manpower and see what they can do, because right now this is not working the way Jan Hall has hoped.
So coming in for GB, Greg Walton, Cy Brown and Tom Harvey. Harvey being on the floor allows Pratt to rest. Fox firing, and it will not go. Harvey at the top.
GB ball with 7 on the clock.
Fox. Tries to find Brown, but I don't think Brown was expecting it.
Frustrated there, Jan Haller. Always a big fan of those close-up camera angles.
And the scoop no good for Fox.
And you mentioned the German team being tired. 3 players on the field with over 20 minutes. No one with under 12, nearly 30 minutes for Güntner, who's the most well-rested one. Those 5 on the pitch. So I think fitness definitely playing a role here.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to GB's rotation, particularly in that midpoint range. Of course, as you know, midpoint players, they're very fast and mobile in general. When you have so much rotation, it's almost like you can keep the majority of your roster fresh anyway.
Yeah, that's another credit where credit's due. That's well coached as well and making the most of the advantage they have there. Yeah, just like this game yesterday, it's the third quarter killing the German team again. 15-9 so far, which is not as bad as it looks, but I don't think there's a way back into this one.
Yeah, lovely 2-man game there between Fox and Knight, and there you see 2 3.5s working together on the same side. Dreimler. And that one rattles out.
Nearly gets that one to fall. Tough shot.
Yeah, credit to Dreimler, always a tenacious player. Harvey. Finds Warburton. Oh, back to Knight. Lovely play. And Knight.
That is so well done. The vision by Warburton, eyes in the back of his head to draw out the third quarter. And 58-39 is too big of a lead for GB to lose in this game, I think.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, Paul. It'd be great to hear the mics on the players right now in this moment. That was pinpoint communication there between Knight and Warburton.
Yeah, I think that's just Warburton's experience showing there again. And now Germany obviously having to admit defeat, I think, but maybe some time to try something out, maybe see if a different approach can work and use the last 10 minutes.
As you see the stats, GB shooting 57% from the field, 26 of 45. Germany just at 40%, 15 of 37. So there you see the third quarter ending 17-10.
And rebounds now 21-19, I think. The decisive fact is here also GB putting up 45 shots, Germany only 37.
Die 281, die 281. Die 281. Einfach seitlich dran vorbeilaufen zu mir. Ich komme entgegen.
Final quarter underway, and before we get underway, we'd just like to give a shout out to our good friend Gabe. I'm sure he'll be watching this somewhere. Hopefully Gabe can join us next year. As Boomer has the ball for Germany. He's off the back iron. Warburton wide open, and he'll make Germany pay with that one. Warburton off the glass.
Yeah, a lot of space for Warburton, and then I think can see Germany's morale also dropping next to their stamina. Lammering now back into this one, but there's not as much intensity on defense as we saw in those first 20 minutes. GB making them pay.
And yeah, I think as much as it's important to get preparation in before the World Championships, at the end of this day, this is technically a friendly tournament. So it's important to rest your players when you need to rest them.
Yes, I think so as well. Now would be a good time for some fresh power on the field. And GB, obviously, Robertson back in, and then Fox for Pratt. But also Harvey, who barely seen the field today, has now been taken off again.
Big three there from Warburton. And Lammering with the mismatch, still can't get it to go. Was the right look for Germany. And Pratt takes his time. Knight fading away and bang. Knight still ramping up the intensity. Knight's now got 21 points, 1 rebound away from a double-double.
Phil Pratt 3 rebounds away from a triple-double.
Three is short for Burma. And of course, this has been another great Nations Cup. Big thank you to the Cologne 99ers for organising this. Shout out to Sedat.
It's always great pleasure to host those famous wheelchair basketball nations over here, and I think we've seen some great games across those last few days. Obviously on the opening day for the women's side, Canada against Great Britain in this close affair, with Katie Morrow hitting this half-court three-point buzzer beater.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there for that first day, but I would have loved to have called that. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then on the same day, the Germany-Spain thriller, which went to overtime. Always a great showing, and Spain, such a passionate team, always showing up, always hustling for every ball, never giving up. They were a joy to watch over here as well. The Netherlands, obviously with Bias and Kramer, 2 of the best players in the world.
Fantastic reverse from Warburton. That's not the first time he's done that in this tournament. Absolutely sensational. And Sadat was telling me that the next year's Nations Cup will be 2 weeks before the Europeans. So I imagine next year will be a very European-heavy Nations Cup.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think we'll see Germany, GB, and the Netherlands back here. Maybe the Netherlands also with their men's team then.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Pratt driving, can't find Knight, bit of a miscommunication on the pass. Rare there from Pratt. And you see the GB coaching staff, George Bates alongside Dan Johnson.
Lowski now back on the field again.
And 1 for Julian Lammering. Third personal on Pratt, Julian Lammering to the line. Warburton fires and hits. Nothing but net. And I think that's the key for these baskets. You need to go up and in.
Yeah, beautiful form is required here in Cologne. But obviously GB knowing how that works. Great shots. And I think for Germany, every game I think Haluski has such a beautiful release and textbook form as well.
And a foul against Halowski as there is a look of confusion.
I can't believe it. But referee just saying that there was a touch. Haluski, rarely ever see him without a smile on his face, and also doesn't shy away from teamwork. Yesterday I saw him outside of the field on the bench folding up the shirts for today's game, so often teams like to sort that out to the rookies, but not Germany.
And Bywater into the game for the first time immediately makes an impact. Haluski with a try.
There we see Leila Sterler and Lisa Bergenthal.
Kavanagh, the youngster, holds it high, gets it swatted away by Haluski, and Kavanagh keeps it in play, dishes to Cy Brown, but it's going to be a shot clock violation. Kavanagh just 19 years old, from Manchester, and it will be Germany possession.
Another double sub, no, just one. Glesner off. Tobias Hell back into the game.
But Bywater can't find Pratt, and Cy Brown tried to hustle for it, but it falls back in the hands of Germany. 4 minutes to go, but it's still in hand for GB.
Yeah, this game is more than decided. I think it's just about something to take home with for Germany now. Maybe some positive efforts over in those final minutes.
Bywater swings to Pratt. Pratt takes his time. Inside to Cy Brown. Cy Brown, lovely high arcing shot on that pick and roll.
High off glass once again. 3.5 minutes to go, and Germany finding themselves down 28. Hammering gets the foul. And now double Cologne substitution. Alex Kaiser and Thomas Reier on for the last 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's a classy move from Jan Hallert, letting those two players on the floor on their home court as well.
Giving them the chance. Sorry, Dylan.
Sorry, no, you go, man.
No, I just always like seeing them being able to prove themselves, obviously in a tough spot, but those players are also important for a team, just for security, and knowing that at the back of the bench you have quality to still bring on, even if it's tough for them.
Harvey gets it batted away by Ryan. Hook shot from Bywater. Picked up by Harvey. Harvey cuts to the basket, and it's good.
Just lack of concentration there from Germany. Thought the shot clock went off, but Bywater's shot did hit the rim, so shot clock reset.
And very youthful 5 on for Germany. Maxi Lammering. And a mix of youth and experience for GB. Cy Brown and Terry Bywater, the veterans. Warburton. Bywater. Static 3. And it's off the back of the rim.
Gets it over to Lammering. This time fades and scores.
Yeah, that's great for Maxi Lammering. Good confidence for the young man. Warburton. Harvey at the top, wide open. Maxi Lammering. Inside to Hell. Hell left.
Oh, well done by Lammering to get Hell into that position. Good composure against 2 and then Hell off the screen. Last minute of this tournament.
Bywater lines up a 3. Bang! Terry Bywater for 3.
One for his personal highlight reel. 5 points in nearly 5 minutes.
And will Lammering respond? He finds Ryer. Ryer is fouled. It's going to be unsportsmanlike. 2 shots and possession for Germany. Foul is on Warburton. Ryer at the line. It means a lot to have, especially here in Cologne, it means a lot to have players from Cologne in this German team.
Yeah, it's always beautiful to see, and he's cornerstone of this Cologne team. Obviously missing out on the playoffs last year and the year before that, but looking to bounce back from that, and I think this team does have the potential to do that. They just need the consistency. They've shown it several times, beating Lahn-Dill last season, for example, here at home. So obviously I'm biased, but I wish them all the best once again.
Ryer, nice dish to Kaiser. Kaiser just off center there. Harvey, Warburton. Havana, Warburton. Back to Harvey. Harvey over to Bywater. A lovely reverse from Bywater. That is quality from the 7-time Paralympian.
Terence Bywater putting on the show in those last few seconds to round out this 2026 edition of the Nations Cup Cologne, with GB as the men and women's champion, taking on both titles. Dylan, I think you're going to be pleased with that. I think you're going to be pleased with that, Britain taking on both titles.
Yeah. Really strong showing from both GB teams. And the GB men take the 30-point win over Germany. They had a 39-point win yesterday as well. So really strong showing going into the World Championships. Of course, this is just a preparation tournament. The big dance is in September in Ottawa.
Yeah, but I think what we have seen over those last few days is no one is taking this lightly. They want to show what they're capable of, GB, more than showing that efficient from 2 and from 3. And 43 to 23 rebounds is in a league of their own there.
Yeah, definitely. Here we see Knight ending the game with 21 points, 1 rebound away from a double-double. Warburton on 15, Pratt on 13, 15 assists, a double-double for Pratt. 13 points, 15 assists. And just one German player in double figures, Boomer with 12. Not necessarily the best showing for the Germans. Again, only one player in double figures against GB in both games.
I think those 4 games in 4 days did hurt their fitness and shows that there is stuff still to work on. But overall, as you can hear by the cheer in the crowd, fans are pleased with what they've seen. Reached the finals, beat Spain, beat Canada, and yeah, I'm looking forward to what they have in store for us at the upcoming World Championships.
Yeah, obviously Germany with a big game against Iran, and GB with the games against Turkey and Australia. Very exciting World Championships. So we're going to sign off for just now. I wish all these teams the best of luck in Ottawa, and I will see you at the start of next season now. So yeah, I'll be back here for the Nations Cup next year. Looking forward to reunite with you again, Paul.
Always a pleasure.
Good luck with the 99ers season. Maybe I'll come across for a 99ers game.
We'd love that, of course. Otherwise, you're more than happy to join us on the live stream every time. But yeah, it's been a fun 4 days, which come to an end now. There will be the winners ceremony later on.
Yep.
But so far, thank you for joining us. We had a great time. We hope you had as well and enjoyed the broadcast. Auch nochmal natürlich Dank an alle deutschen Zuhörerinnen und Zuhörer da draußen. Viel Spaß und schön, dass ihr dabei wart.
Take care.
Peter